Shut up and sit down.
What's the story, internet? I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Hope you enjoyed your Monday. Hope you're ready for another wonderful bit of midweek football. So before we get into it, I just want to mention there is a match in La Liga. Well, there's two matches, but one of them is the only big one. It's Atletico Madrid versus Sevilla. Let's see what that means for the table. So it's first against sixth. So Atletico Madrid, as I mentioned on yesterday's video, are only 1 point ahead of Real Madrid, but they've got 3 games in hand. Sevilla are 8 points behind Atletico Madrid, but they've got 2 games in hand of 2nd through 5th. So if they won this, or even drew this, that would be very good for them. It would take them above Real Sociedad, and then they'd still have at least 1 game in hand, if not 2. They'd have 2 over Sociedad and 1 over Madrid, Barcelona and Villarreal. So quite a big match in Spain. And then, other than that, nothing else exciting happened except for the Premier League. There definitely wasn't an FA Cup draw today, and there's definitely no big matches except for the fact that Manchester United got bloody Liverpool again, which means that we will be playing them on the 23rd of January, bloody 5 days after we play them in the Premier League. So this is like how Real Madrid and Barcelona always seem to play each other like 3 times within a week. They're usually in like the Copa del Rey, the league, and then somehow they draw each other in the Champions League as well. And they just, back to back to back, they just keep playing each other. Or United's done it with Arsenal in the past. Like, I think it was the 2008 season, we drew Arsenal in the quarterfinals of the Champions League, and we played them home and away in the Champions League, the FA Cup, and in the league. It was crazy. So yeah, so other than that, there's no other big matches. There is another All Premier League fixture, which is Fulham against Burnley. But yeah, that's the big one, definitely the big one. So, so speaking of Burnley, on Tuesday, tomorrow, we have Burnley versus Manchester United. So this is the match from all the way back on the first day of the season. And it's finally getting played now. This is the one where Manchester United had... sorry, I'm just pulling up the channels. This is the one where Manchester United had all the Europa League fixtures and was given extra time to have a break. So, so yeah, finally getting around to it. But Manchester United will be looking up for it. In our last Premier League fixture, we beat Aston Villa 2-1. Burnley, their match was postponed in the last round. And then time before that, they beat Sheffield United. And then time before that, they lost to Leeds. So Burnley are a mixed bag. They're always a tough team to play, especially at Turf Moor, because Sean Dyche is very well organised with his defence. Attack, not always, but they seem to turn it on against Manchester United. We always seem to draw against Burnley for some reason. But even a draw would take Manchester United above Liverpool. So, because we are level on points with a game in hand. So, even a draw would take us above. So, as long as we get something, that's all I'm bothered about. On to the next one, we have Sheffield United versus Newcastle. Sheffield United desperately need to win. They're playing a team that is also not doing too well. Newcastle are in 15th, but they are 17 points ahead of Sheffield United. So Sheffield United need something. They played well in the cup. They won 3-2, so they'll be buzzing about that. And they played quite well in their last match as well. They did lose 2-0 to Palace, but they showed up. So they are showing up. They just need everything to come together. So hopefully they can have a new year, new me moment and make it happen for them. We've got Wolves against Everton. Everton have sort of found their mojo again. Although they did lose to West Ham 1-0 last time out. So they were on a really good streak. match postponed. They beat Sheffield United, and again, who hasn't this season? They beat Arsenal, and they beat Leicester City, and then they went and lost to West Ham. So, and then Wolves drew 3-3 with Brighton last time out, lost to Manchester United, and drew 1-1 with Tottenham. So Wolves are very up and down. Everton were a bit more structured, and then they fell off for that one match. So they should be able to continue where they picked up. But Wolves are just so up and down. We'll see what happens. I think it's going to be 2-1 to Everton, personally. Next match, Manchester City against Brighton. Brighton last time out drew 3-3 with Wolves, as I just mentioned. And then before that, they lost 1-0 to Arsenal. But Manchester City will have the bit between the teeth because they beat Chelsea last time out. So they beat Chelsea, they won in the FA Cup, so they'll be up for this one. I think can't really predict anything except for a City win. However, City have been a bit all over the place this season, so I wouldn't be surprised if Brighton went and got a shock result. A bit like they did against Liverpool, where they held them to a draw. So yeah, wouldn't be surprised to see a shock there, but I think it's going to be a City win. Next one, Aston Villa versus Tottenham. This is going to be very interesting because Aston Villa are still up for it. They lost to Manchester United, but they were doing very well previously. Spurs, they won in the Cup. They beat Leeds 3-0 last time out. And then they drew 1-1 with Wolves. And then they lost 2-0 to Leicester City. So they've had a loss, a win and a draw in their last couple of matches. So it depends on which of Jose's side shows up. Is it the side that can go out and cause problems with Son and Kane? Or is it the side that gets showed up? Only time will tell. If any side is going to show them up, it's Aston Villa, though. Because Aston Villa are playing very positive, very fluid football at the minute. So I think it'll be very entertaining. The defensive prowess of Jose Mourinho versus the fluidity of Aston Villa. So, and then the last match on Thursday, we have a bit of a London derby, Arsenal versus Crystal Palace. Palace are doing relatively well. Last time out, they beat Sheffield United, as we mentioned, 2-0, and then drew with Leicester 1-1. But then before that, they lost to Aston Villa 3-0. And for their own sake, I won't mention the scoreline before that against Liverpool. Arsenal are on a resurgence at the moment. 3 wins on the bounce. West Brom 4-0, Brighton 1-0, and Chelsea 3-1, as well as the win in the Cup. So they'll be absolutely up for this one. And I'd be surprised if they didn't win this one. So, yeah, those are the matches for this midweek. I think we've got some interesting ones to look out for. It's about time that Manchester United and Burnley played that match from all the way back in bloody September, October, whenever it was. So let me just go through where you can watch these matches. So Sheffield United versus Newcastle United is on Peacock. Burnley versus Manchester United is on NBCSN. Wolves versus Everton is on Peacock. City versus Brighton is on NBCSN. Spurs versus Fulham is on Peacock. And Arsenal versus Crystal Palace is on NBCSN. So I will be back with you on Thursday to review the midweek matches and then to preview the weekend's matches because Premier League is back again this weekend. So games are coming thick and fast at the minute. I'm not sure when the European competitions start back up again, but as I mentioned with the United-Liverpool draw, we've got football over the weekend, and then we've got cup matches right back to back. So, yeah, a lot of football coming thick and fast. So I hope you're all enjoying it. Hope you're all staying safe and keeping out of trouble. Thank you very much for watching. And until next time, I hope you all have a wonderful day. And ta-ra for now.